Toastmaster, a very good one, because last Saturday we had the contest, as many of you know, and also many of you were at. And our own Kathy Svitek was the Toastmaster, and she did such an amazing job. It was her birthday too, coincidentally, but she was the Toastmaster for how many hours was it, Kathy? Was it like 3 or 4 hours?
I don't know, several.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was amazing. You did an amazing job. And now we have her for ourselves, and she will be our Toastmaster tonight. Kathy Svitek.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm not even standing up. I was standing up in my closet of this on Saturday with my green screen and all that. But I'm just sitting here with my friend Stephanie, who I brought because she's a soldier. Why did I do that, you ask?
For protection.
Tonight. Our theme tonight is March 4th. March 4th is our theme. We need to get going. We need to March 4th. I actually have 3 nephews whose parents thought after their first was born on 1/2, and their second was born on 3/4, that they would certainly have to have a 5/6. That they did. They had an 8/16, and then 3 years later, I had an 8/16. But I digress. I really did digress. I just thought you might think that that was fun. I'm going to tell you our today's verse, which is Joshua 1:9. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be frightened and do not be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Is that right, Stephanie?
Amen.
See, she knows. That's why I brought her. Awesome. If anybody wants to join the army, this one here. Do you know anybody that wants to join the army? Help them out. It's really good. Our word today will be shared in a little bit, but I would like someone to read our purpose, which is the scripture there at the bottom of the top. Do you see what I'm talking, Stephanie? Do you see what I'm talking about up there? See the bottom of the top where it says our purpose? You get that, Stephanie Grammarian?
I do. Let me read it out for you.
Well, why don't you back up and give us today's word and tell us a little about what it is to be a grammarian, and then tell us our purpose.
Sure. So my role today as grammarian is to give you the word of the day and hope that you will be using it many times throughout tonight. What I will be doing is counting how many times you use that word, and I will report on it at the end of the day. The word for today is fearless, to match today's theme. It's an adjective, and the definition is quite simple. It means to lack fear. So I will be counting that and reporting back to you at the end of the meeting. Back to you, Kathy.
Oh, no, you got to read our purpose.
Oh, that's right. Okay, our purpose, 1 Peter 3:15. Always be prepared to give an answer to everyone who asks you to give the reason for the hope that you have, but do this with gentleness and respect.
Fantastic. I think our joke master said he was going to be late, so we're going to let him just jump in if and when he arrives at any given time during the meeting. For now, I'm going to ask our helpers this evening to let us know the things that they're going to help with. Our first on our agenda is our timer. Ms. Mary Lane Beatty, tell us what you'll be helping with. Oh, wait, it says table topics. You know, you are marked down as table topics, Mary Lane, is that right? You're not. No, you should be saying you're muted, and your name tag says that you are table topics.
Oh, I changed that. Doggone, after the last meeting. Sorry about that. It's a T though. It starts with a T. It starts with a T. Timer. Okay. Ta-da! Timer appeared, right? So the timer is Alan, and all counter don't pick that so up. I slice that so. Alan is a speaker I will time the speakers. Well, first of all, let me back up because we have a new Stephanie that doesn't know about Toastmasters. As a timer, I'm going to time the speakers, the table topics, and the evaluations. So that's to keep us on time on those times. Speakers, they have decided that they're going to both speak 6 to 8 minutes. So then I will give a green at their 6 minutes. I'll do a yellow at 7 minutes, and I'll do a red at 8 minutes. Okay? And the table topics will be you talk for 1 minute, and your game, if you will so choose to take a 1 minute to answer a question from our table topics master. So you'll try to speak for at least 1 minute, and if you speak for 1.5 minutes, you'll get a yellow, and 2 minutes at a red, and you can have 30 seconds. And the evaluators have 3 minutes to evaluate the speakers. So they have 3 minutes. So I went blank. 2 minutes at 2 minutes at green, 2.5 at yellow, and red at 3 minutes, and they have a grace period too. Did I cover everybody? Did I cover you, Kathy?
You did. Thank you very much. Thank you, Madam Timer. Woo!
Thank you.
All right. Our odd counter tonight is also going to be doing something else that it says he's doing, but he's also doing odd counting. And Mark, share with us what that is, his odd counter.
Okay, all counter takes and listens to everyone that is participating in the program. And I am looking for any filler words. Those are described as ahs and ums, extra so's, this extra things that are put in your vocabulary as you speak, that I will be grading that. And
are you counting
monitoring
your own?
that.
Will you be counting your own, Mark?
No,
No, I will not,
I told
Ralph.
him to do that for him.
I have that privilege tonight that I don't count myself, even though I am the king of all counting. So there you saw an and I want everyone to know that's an and not to do that. So back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Very good. Our next helper tonight, we've already had Stephanie share about grammarian. Our trophy master, Ms. Ruth.
So I'm the trophy master. That means that after we have our speaker and we have our table topics and the evaluator, you will all send me in the chat box, you will send me who you think was the best at it. And then I will tally them all up and I will announce the trophies at the end of our meeting.
Fantastic. Unfortunately, she won't be actually distributing them. So
no,
don't get disappointed about that. We have a general evaluator who also is doing some other things. Can you tell us all about the evaluation side of the meeting? Ralph.
I can, Madam Toastmaster. Stephanie, I am the general. You know what that means, right, Stephanie?
You're in charge.
I'm over you. So I will be introducing our evaluators that are dying to evaluate our two speakers, Lynn and Alan. And then I will give a general evaluation of the meeting at the appropriate time, and I'm looking forward to that. Madam Toastmaster.
Well, thank you so much. We are gonna jump right across our joker, our joke master for the evening, who might appear later on, and we will have that levity come at the right time because we are marching forth today. We might be tired and need a little refreshment, but for now, we're gonna jump right into the meat of the meeting. And you know what that means, Toastmasters? The meat of the meeting are two prepared speakers. Our first speaker tonight is someone who has been around Toastmasters International for a heck of a long time, 1993. And and this first speaker tonight is involved in an elective to connect with his audience, working through pathways, strategic relationships. Please help me welcome our guest tonight, Mr. Alan Mann.
One of my favorite movies is a movie called The Razor's Edge. The plot is about an individual who served in World War I and is disenchanted, and he's searching the world to try and make sense of what happened. He visits a monastery at the base of a large mountain in the Himalayas. The head monk there says, "Mr. Darrow, there's 3 paths one must take to achieve enlightenment. The path of prayer, the path of study, and the path of charity." When I heard that small portion of that movie, which, matter of fact, is one of my favorite portions of the whole movie, it just happened to be just a few weeks after Yom Kippur services. For those of you, Yom Kippur is the holiest day for Jews throughout the world, Day of Atonement. What he talked about are 3 pillars that are common, not just with Judaism, but with religions throughout the world: prayer, charity, and study. And tonight, I want to share my perspective as someone who's Jewish with this group. I stress my perspective. I was, a little bit about me, fellow Toastmasters. I was raised in a Reformed Judaic household. My dad, for many years, was a single parent. And he made it a point for us to know the major Jewish holidays. On Hanukkah, you light candles. On Passover, you do the Seder, and the youngest, which was myself, gets to ask 4 questions. That was my only part. And when I'm old enough to attend High Holy Day services, I fast for 1 day. And occasionally we would do Shabbat candles. But it was like Judaism without the cliff notes. This is what you do, but not necessarily why you do it. And as an adult, I was forced to ask the question, well, why do we do this? And part of why Jews do this, and why I think all of us observe our religion the way we do, is because of these 3 pillars. I know these 3 pillars are there in Christianity, in the Muslim religion, and many other worldwide religions. And for those of you, if I want to talk one thing about Reformed Judaism, it doesn't mean I'm not an observant Jew. That's sort of a misnomer. Reformed Judaism is a branch of Judaism that came out of the 1840s in Germany for those Jews who were persecuted in their country, and they wanted to participate. Maybe they were middle-class individuals, but they wanted to be outwardly part of the country, part of the environment, but inwardly they want to be Jewish. And that's, to me, what Reformed Judaism is. It's not, you're not an observant Jew. But then some people think that's what it's all about. To my point about the 3 pillars, and I'm going to start off with the one Shuvah, which means return. A major component of that Shuvah is study. study is a very important in every culture, including Jewish religion. You study Torah, you read the Torah, try to understand, and there's a lot in the Torah outside of the words. I can remember just in the book of Exodus alone, there's a lot of lessons just about general management and the struggles that Moses had trying to keep everything together after they left Egypt, trying to organize everything, because he had all these individuals and he had to figure out how to organize all these people. At the time, he was the one person in charge. He couldn't handle it. But study is more than that. If you think about it, those cultures that came to America, like Jews, Asians, whatever culture, and studied, those were the cultures that assimilated and became very successful participants in the society. So study is very ingrained in the Jewish culture and in many other cultures here in the United States and throughout the world. Study, Shavah, to Shavah, excuse me. Tefillah, prayer. Well, some individuals of Jewish faith pray 3 times a day. I'm not one of them, but I take advantage of my short period of time that I have when I'm going home to riding on the train to do some readings, preferably something inspirational, something to open up the mind. But a lot of Jewish prayer has to do with recognizing God. It's not asking God for something, it's praising God. Even in probably the most solemn prayer of the mourner's Kaddish, where you're saying Kaddish for somebody who has just passed, or you're doing an anniversary from, you're recognizing God is great despite the loss of this loved one. And finally, tzedakah, charity, repair the world. Tzedakah is more than this. Oh, I'll make a little donation, my annual donation to this organization or this organization. There is a recognition that all of us, and actually it's a commandment, all of us have a responsibility to repair the world, fix it, and make it better. Now think about this. Does this sound familiar in your religious beliefs? I know at least in the Catholic religion part of Christianity it does, and I'm sure in your part of Christianity it does, that all of these are very important, and then the same thing in the Muslim. They're all part of the Abrahamic, the religion that sprung from Abraham, and other religions. These are common themes. And I start thinking about this. There's so much commonality. Yes, there are some major differences. But maybe if we focus a little bit on what we have in common, like these 3 pillars, or other beliefs that we have in common, there would be a bit more peace in the world. Think about that. Something to think about. Study. We all study. We all have our way of prayer. And we all, no matter what our religious beliefs are, have a responsibility to not just fix we have a responsibility to fix the world, and we have more of a responsibility to make the world better. 3 pillars, I think that all of us, not that I think, 3 pillars I know all of us have in common. Madam Toastmaster.